Okay, hello everybody. So how many of you guys ever ran a 5K, any type of mud run? Heard of them? Okay, so today I want to introduce to you guys the greatness of being a part of a Spartan race. So before I start talking about my presentation, I'm going to start you guys off with a brief clip on it. I started running these races in June of last year, and my first one was the Beast, which was 13 miles, and I'll get into more detail about the different difficulties and distances of them. So today I want to discuss the different levels of difficulty, the different obstacles, how it started, and how to prepare for these races. So first, the founder of the Spartan Race was Joe DeCina. He founded it in 2005, and he started out with the Death Race, which was a 24-hour race, and they put you in this just this terrain where you have to get through different obstacles. You don't know what obstacles are going to come your way, and you either choose to give up, quit, break down, or you have to overcome each obstacle and survive. He created this it was a 24-hour mental and physical test filled with unknown obstacles. He also quoted, "The fear of the unknown would either break you or motivate, and all that you could do was try to survive." So the first Spartan race that was held was in 2010, and it was in Williston, Vermont. That's when the Spartan races started, where people can compete and sign up for these races. The charity that sponsors these races, where they raise money for, is in 2012, a portion of all these Spartan revenue is donated to Homes for Our Troops, a national nonpartisan organization that assists severely injured servicemen and women. Next, I'm going to talk about the difficulties. There's different levels of these races. The first one is the sprint, which is 3+ miles with 15+ obstacles. The next one is the super, which is 8+ miles with 20+ obstacles. The beast, which is 12+ miles with 25+ obstacles, and they also have the ultra beast, which is a marathon. It's 26 miles with over 70 obstacles. And when you do a race, so this is the sprint, you get this medal. And then the super, you would get the blue one, and then the beast, you'd get the green one. So when you get all three, you get this trifecta, and you can connect them all, and you can get up to 30 trifectas in a year. You can race so many, and after you get 2, you can get a medal that says trifecta times 2, and so on, trifecta times 3. It starts off here, and the trifecta, and then the ultra beast. They have these other races as well, the hurricane and the Hurricane 12 heat wave, which is 12 hours, and then the death race, which was the 24-hour race. I want to show you the different obstacles. A few of them that are always in the races are the rope climb. So this one, it's a 25 to 30 foot rope, and it's above a body of water. So you gotta climb the rope, and there's a bell at the top, and you ring the bell once you get to the top. This is a wall. They have wooden blocks on them. You have to crawl your way across the wall and hit the bell at the other end. And you're not, this guy is holding the top of the wall, you're not supposed to do that. And if you fail an obstacle, you have to do 30 burpees. Another obstacle is the spear throw. So you're about 10 to 20 yards away from the target. It's usually like a haystack, and you gotta throw it into the target. This one's called the Herculean hoist, which is a sand bag. It's about 40 pounds. They usually do bags or buckets, and you have to pull it all the way up to the top. Another one is the barbed wire crawl, which is usually from 20 to 100 yards in length that you have to crawl under, and sometimes they're even spraying you with like firefighter hoses of water, and it's like high pressured water hitting you while you're trying to get through this barbed wire. And another one is the wall climb. So there are 4 to 8 feet walls that you have to hop over to get to the other side to continue on with your race. This is me and my team. We completed one of our races. But to prepare for these races, I recommend you train. You can go to different canyons, go running. You can run with weighted vests. Just eat healthy as well. Make sure you get your right carbs, your proteins. Make sure you hydrate yourself before these races. And invite your friends and family. It's always fun to do these races with, you know, people that are there to motivate you. It's not the same as going by yourself. And just be positive. Just go in there with a positive attitude, and I'm pretty sure no matter what shape, size you are, anybody can complete these races. They may look tough, but anybody can be able to complete these races. So I have this quote here from the Spartan Race page. It says that with all the conveniences, advancements, and technologies of modern society, we must not forget that our bodies are the most powerful machines we will ever operate. Our legs were designed to run, our hearts are driving engines, and our minds were wired to accomplish miracles. Spartan Race also quotes what their mission is for these Spartan races. It was created with a simple yet important mission in mind. That mission is to get people back to their primal roots, to do what they were designed to do: run, jump, climb, and sweat. You will experience the thrill of accomplishing something you may not believe was possible, and come away knowing you are stronger than you thought. This is our dream, to provide you with a life-changing experience. So I hope that with this presentation, you guys could maybe want to run a Spartan race, and hope to see you guys out there maybe one day.
Oh, that's right. It's a long too. What's that? Find you the stairs, but it sounds like hanging in the middle of the I know. I want to go sit that way. I was like 14. Yeah, I'm totally down. I want to go sit that way. So sick. I drank tennis all the time. You have my That's it. The more you eat, the stronger you feel. Like the more like you breathe in more oxygen, you feel like you're bigger and stronger. You've taken more oxygen.
All right, David, what did you think?
The only negative I really saw was it seemed like she was reading off her card a lot. I didn't find that much of a problem, but overall, she explained the races pretty well, the obstacles in them, the different races there are. She also explained a good way to go through the training and how to get into it. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty good speech.
All right, well, I'm not enthusiastic about the audience survey at the beginning, but I like the video clip that you used with the the music and, you know, the segments there. I think that that's pretty effective at kind of defining what the race is and also getting us started in understanding what it is that you're talking about. I do think your purpose statement needs to be a little bit more focused. There was a good preview of the secondary points. It sounds like there are a lot of secondary points at the beginning. It doesn't sound quite as elaborate in the body of the speech. You know, it's almost like you condensed it a little bit. Like I said, I think the video clip at the beginning helps define that a bit. Some of the visuals are helpful in, for example, when you're describing the different obstacles. That's really useful. We had the video clip earlier, but then you've got the one that's got the 5 different or 6 different things on it. It's a little cluttered, but it explains you explain each of those points pretty clearly. So I thought that worked reasonably well. The one that indicates the different race types, and you've got the mountain that's going up the side there, and you've got. I didn't find that as helpful. I mean, I know that there's symbolic significance to the emblems that you've got there, and you mentioned when you put them together, you've completed. I'm not sure what all the trifectas are and that kind of thing. There's an explanation. You mentioned at one point at the end the picture of you and your team. I'm going, wait a second, is this a team race? I thought, you know, it was an individual race. So there's stuff about it that's not quite as clear as it ought to be. I mean, I got a good idea that people involved in this are doing some pretty strenuous physical stuff, and the purpose is to kind of force yourself to push yourself to do those kinds of things, and I get that. So, but you mentioned it's a fundraiser, but so people pay to do this apparently, and then that's how they raise the money. Or do you get sponsors, or do they sell tickets to people? I mean, there's just you give us enough information that we have some idea about what it is you're talking about, but not enough information to make it as clear as it could be. And part of that is it's just a lot of time. You only have so much time. One segment that I think you probably could have eliminated was the stuff about preparation for the race, because really your focus is about the race itself and not really about getting. Nobody here's. I don't want to say nobody here's going to do it this weekend, but it's unlikely that that's going to be going on. You'd have to figure those things out. Why we would want to do it in the first place, or what it's about, that's really what your speech is. So you take that other stuff out, that give you a little bit more time to maybe explain some of those things. Like I said, I thought the visuals worked pretty well. I know David has picked out the fact that you're doing a little bit of reading. We want you to get to a point where you don't have to do that as much. And let's face it, you're talking about something that you know well, you've done it. You're speaking from experience for the most part. I didn't hear a lot of source citing after that first introductory stuff that defined what the origination of it was. So I'm assuming that it's mostly stuff that you know. But just talk to us. Look at us. When people write stuff down, they want to read it. I don't think you need to read stuff that you understand and can explain. You just need to be a brief reminder about what it is. And the visual aids often provide that, so you don't need to have a lot of things written down. I'm telling everybody this, not just you, but everybody. You know, the less you write down, the more you're going to speak to the audience more naturally, and you'll see how true that is if you choose the next option. You've got 2 choices in that next option, and one of them is not going to be writing anything down. All right.